Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to show you a video that I came across a news article about a mass shooting that occurred outside an Ohio bar. They said this happened in Middletown, Ohio. Shout out Middletown. And this supposedly happened outside of a bar at closing time, where a big fight broke out and a few people were shot and one person died. That's not the part I want to show you. I want to show you what happens after the victim's on the ground and he's shot, how the crowd reacts, and just look at this. This is some craziness. You could not pay me enough to go out and hang at a bar or any place alcohol or anything mind altering is sold all the way up until after hours. Man, people are crazy out there nowadays. Take a look at this.
Thanks for joining us for 2 News at 5. First tonight, one person is dead and 3 others injured after a shooting in Middletown.
Investigators say calls came in just before 3, and 2 News reporter Evan Bales has been talking with those in the area. Evan, what are you hearing?
Brooke, Jack, thank you. We're still very early on in this investigation. We've actually seen police out here this afternoon taking pictures, walking the scene, and going into businesses, presumably for questioning. But what we do know is that this shooting happened here right behind me in front of Bar 2, and we actually spoke to someone who was there when the shooting started.
Let me get the away from here.
This is what was going through Brittany Adams' head when she heard shots start popping off outside Bar 2 in Middletown.
When I stepped out, that's when they started the commotion with the arguing. I was scared for my life to hear all them gunshots or whatever. Yes, I was scared for my life. That's why I got in the car and left.
Adams says she then heard multiple gunshots, and that's when she sped off away from the bar. She was celebrating Father's Day with her uncle and siblings.
The only thing I could think of is my son.
When police did arrive, they found a male and female suffering from gunshot wounds. Both were taken to a local hospital. Later, police also revealed reports that 2 other people had arrived at other area hospitals. One of the victims later succumbed to their injuries. Police have been photographing evidence and speaking with people nearby, and I spoke with the business owner who says altercations aren't uncommon in front of Bar 2.
Like I said, I got kids that come to my office, and it's tough explaining to them, hey, somebody was murdered back there less than, 8 hours ago.
Though Ross told me that for Middletown as a whole, incidents like this are not frequent. People
that don't understand Middletown, that hopefully they don't associate all these businesses with what goes on back there. That's the toughest part. There's a good restaurant back there. There's a kinder care back there. It's a great city. We do a lot here. We do a lot for the community. And there's a lot of great people here, but sometimes the bad apples ruin it for everybody.
I reached out to Middletown police for additional comments. They were unavailable.
I also called the owner of Bar 2, who unfortunately was not available at the time. Middletown police also sent out a release earlier today saying that there would be no new information. If you or anyone you know has any information about what led up to the shooting, please call the number on your screen and reach out to Middletown investigators. Reporting live in Middletown, Evan Bales, 2 News.
Are hunting for a suspect or possibly suspects in a mass shooting that happened outside of a bar in Middletown.
That shooting happened this morning. 4 people shot, one of them fatally. David Winter is at the scene of that shooting with the latest on this investigation. David.
Yeah, this happened at 2:45 this morning at Bar 2 in this parking lot on the east side of Middletown. People were just hanging out after the bar was closing up, and that's when things took a turn for the worse.
We had came out the bar and it was commotions going on and you just heard gunshots.
Like how many shots? What did it sound like?
I said it was probably about, to me, it sounded like probably about 30 of them.
Brittany Adams was celebrating Father's Day with her sisters, brother, and uncle at Bar 2 Sunday night. As night turned into early morning, Brittany says the bar closed and people began gathering in the parking lot outside. That's when surveillance video captures what appears to be a fight breaking out, then dozens of shots.
I just took off.
Did you run?
No, I jumped in my car. I jumped in my car for my safety.
And then did you take off?
Yeah, I took off. It was, Oh my God, it was scary.
Shockingly, one of the people who had apparently been shot was lying in the middle of the parking lot when another person comes up and begins beating them. That person takes off minutes before police arrive at the scene. They say they found 2 gunshot victims, a man and a woman. Then 2 men who had been shot got themselves to the hospital where one died shortly after.
When you think about how close you could have been to getting shot, I can't even imagine.
Me, the only thing I can think of is my son, because he's about to go off to college. That's the only thing I can think of.
And what did you think?
Let me get away from here. Yeah, let me get away from here.
Also giving pause is a parent who arrived hours after the incident to the kinder care across the parking lot from the shooting.
I just seen it on the internet when I first woke up. I was like, well, that's the same street as the kinder care. So it's definitely scary.
That child care is a couple of hundred feet away, but so is another business where police found stray bullets hit a garage and an air conditioning unit.
Now, police are poring over that surveillance video, trying to identify suspects. At this point, it's hard to say whether there was more than one gun involved. Reporting live from Middletown, David Winter, back to you in the studio.
Y'all see that? You gotta be a certain type of person to run up on somebody and beat him. Looked like he was pistol whipping him to me. Pistol whip him or beat him after you shot him on the ground and people are running around and you ain't worrying about your face and nothing being shown by witnesses. It's crazy. Now they presently looking for these people. This happened on Father's Day. Man got shot on Father's Day. Him, a woman, and somebody else. Crazy scenes we seeing now. I mean, it's like people aren't even hiding their intentions to hurt or even kill one another in public. Ain't no way you can get me to go out nowadays. I wish a chick would say to me if I wasn't married, oh, you want to go to the club or I want to go to a bar. What? Somebody asked me in North Carolina one time when I was down there last time when I was attending Alicia Watts' funeral. Somebody was like, yo, man, how the bars up there where you at in Houston? I said, I don't know. I don't hang in bars like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know when you mix alcohol, all kind of other stuff, and people want to go out, and some people, you know, want to go out, get a slight buzz, have a good time, listen to some music. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times you get riffraff. And they come out with the single goal, I'm going to get fucked up tonight. And they do. And they wind up fucking somebody else up. And it makes no sense. I'm more than sure if any of them people knew that they was going to get shot going to that bar, they probably would have went somewhere else. But then again, don't know what brought this on. But I do know this. Seeing that video, that guy doing what he did, that was very disturbing. You know, just from a standpoint of, number one, it looked weak. Number two, how much hatred do you have for somebody you just met or somebody you interacted with to where after you shot them and they were down, you still had to go and make a statement? Seemed to me he watched too many movies. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The world is a jungle now. Be careful out there. See you in the next video. Take care.